Hi, welcome to the Mind Behind the Mindset podcast. I'm your host, Sawi Jasmine, and I just want to say thank you for being present for the next 30 minutes or so. I am so grateful for your presence. If you like this podcast, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, give us 5 stars on Spotify or YouTube, and don't forget to follow the accounts on socials such as TikTok and Instagram. Now, let's start this episode. So today on the Mind Behind the Mindset podcast, we are talking about discipline. Now, discipline is something that is really rooted. It's something that is a core value to me. Being disciplined is something that I learned from being really young, from the moment I was really young, when I was doing karate, which I was being disciplined to show up on the tatami mostly every day because I was going 6 days a week. But I was there and I was putting on the work, and that's how I got my black belt at the age of 14. It's because I was putting the work. It's because when I didn't see the tatami, I was still putting the work, and that became my work ethic. That's how I know I'm gonna be there. That's how I know if I have an exam, if I'm learning something, I am gonna be there. I am disciplined to work towards my goals. I am disciplined to be who I am supposed to be. If I am supposed to do something, I will do it. This is what discipline means to me, is that I will be there even on a bad day. Even on a super good day, when I don't want to do it, I am there. Some people will say, hey, that's motivation. No, that is discipline. Because at some point when you're always being consistent and you're just always constantly in the gym or constantly reading or constantly learning or constantly working on yourself, you are becoming disciplined. And being disciplined is the best thing because you can trust yourself that you're going to be there. You can trust yourself that the tasks are going to be done, that you will be able to achieve the objectives because you're supposed to be doing it. You know that you're disciplined to be doing it. You know that this is what you're supposed to be doing. And by being disciplined, it helped me get where I'm supposed to be. And I'm not saying it's perfect because I am not. I am not perfect. Sometimes days I don't want to do anything. I just want to crawl up in my bed and not move from my bed or cry all day or anything like this. But often my body craves it. It's like, for example, going to the gym. I'm not always motivated to go to the gym. I'm not always motivated in the gym. I'm in the gym and I know I have to do an extra set and I know I don't want to do it and I know I should. Then it's my discipline that comes in. When motivation is lacking, discipline overpowers everything. I know that sometimes I don't want to go study, but I'm disciplined and it pushed me to do it. When I don't want to do something and I know I'm supposed to be doing it, I trust that my discipline will come through and I will do it. It's so important to be disciplined, especially when you're working toward being better, a better version of yourself, or you even have goals. For example, I'm launching an art gallery. I have to be disciplined. I have to be able to make the paintings. I have to be able to work on the websites and making sure that I have the content. I am being disciplined. I'm working hard because I want to do it. But I had to learn to not give up. I had to learn to always show up, because it's the minute you don't show up for yourself and that you're asking for other people to show up for you that everything starts crumbling. Because if you don't show up for yourself, who will? Because you're always gonna have you. And that's the most important. Discipline comes by respecting yourself and respecting who you are and just believing in yourself. Because at the end of it, being disciplined is simply believing that you can achieve your dreams, that you can achieve your purpose, that you can achieve your goals. And that's the most important, because if you don't know about it, if you're not disciplined and you're trying to strive on only motivation, you're not going to succeed, because one day you're not going to be motivated. And if that one day you're not motivating and discipline doesn't help you push through what you're supposed to be doing, you're not going to be doing it. When you're in pain or your head's not in the game, it's not motivation that's going to get you up. It's discipline, because you know you have a duty to yourself. You have to honor the promise you made to yourself to be able to get where you want to be. I am an artist. I call myself an artist, so I will be disciplined to do what I'm supposed to be doing. I used to call myself an athlete. Well, trust me, on the days I didn't want to go there, I remember so many days I was crying in the car as I was going to karate, not wanting to go there, but discipline showed me that I had to be there. I had to be there, and I showed up. When I got that black belt, I was really proud of myself. Even though most of the time I didn't want to be there. When I got my degree, even if it got mailed to me, I was really happy because I was disciplined enough to finish what I started. When I finished one of my new pieces, I am so happy, I am so grateful, because I was disciplined and I continued. And I'm doing the exact same thing for every single one of my dreams. And I'm also doing that for myself. I want to better myself, so I will be disciplined. If I know that reading books helps me become a better version of myself, I will be disciplined and I will read books. At the moment, I think I'm reading 4. I am reading 4 different books. Am I reading them every single day? Maybe not. Still working on that. But my body craves it now. I've been pushing it through. I've been building habits around what I want, and I'm being disciplined about them. And that's the best thing ever, because I am pushing through. I am pushing through all the obstacles life is throwing at me, because I believe I deserve to achieve my dreams. I believe I can do this. I believe I can become more than just a model. I can be more than just an artist. I can be more than just a podcast host. I can be more than just a coach. I can be more than just a friend. I believe, and I want to honor who I am. So discipline is the key to my own success, and I hope that discipline is or will be the key to your own success, because everybody's like, oh, motivational quotes, oh, motivational advice, oh, some people are always motivated. The highest in the games are not always motivated, but they are disciplined. You know what you have to do. If you want to better yourself, you know what you have to do. You know what you need to do. You know what you need to be able to do that. And the first thing you need is discipline. You want this healthy body? Discipline. You want that healthy mind? Discipline. You want this mindset shift? Discipline. You want to achieve this goal? It is discipline, because without it, you can't go nowhere. You have visions, you have dreams, you have ideas, you want to put them into, you want to turn them into reality. You are doing this, and by doing it, now, when you start and it doesn't go the way you want it to go, or you plan to go, that's where discipline becomes your best friend. It's like you need to trust that it's going to work, and you don't want to fail. You don't want to fail at being you, so you continue. You want to honor who you are, so you continue. You want to respect your dreams, so you continue. You support yourself. You help yourself. That's being disciplined. When I see all the systems around me just breaking down, I am being discipline and I go to my roots and I know what I need. When I'm not feeling okay, I have too much anxiety, I'm too sad, I'm having a bad day, I know that if I have a dance off in my home and I start dancing and singing, it's gonna help. I know that if I go to the gym, it's gonna help. If I go running, it's gonna help. If I talk to my friend, it's gonna help. It's being disciplined to do what you need to do when you know a bad day is happening. And it's also being disciplined when you know that you're having the best time, but you know you have things to do. You're able to enjoy what you're enjoying with your best time, but you're also able to do what you're supposed to be doing. I'm on a vacation, I'm enjoying my time, but I know I have things to do. I'll take a second just to do it so I'm able to enjoy fully, because if not, my task, the things I need to do will still be there and they will be in my head and they will be creeping because I'm not done and I'm not fully in the moment because I haven't done everything. Being disciplined is rewarding because once you're done, this reward of just achieving and being fulfilled by what you just achieved is the best, because you did it. You did it. You achieved it. You succeeded. You continued. And that fulfillment, that reward will give you the motivation you need to continue. Without discipline, there will be no motivation. And motivation doesn't come without discipline. Everybody experiences life in a certain way, and some of us have bad habits and we continue, and weirdly we are disciplined with those bad habits. If you're self-sabotaging, sometimes you're disciplined with that self-sabotage. You see that same cycle going into a loop and you're disciplined to continue that cycle. As much as it can be the best thing ever, it can also be not helping. Everybody's disciplined in something. If you're telling me, no, Jasmine, I'm not succeeding in my life, I feel like I'm always reliving the same day, it's Groundhog Day. That's the word I'm looking for. It's Groundhog Day every single day. I wake up, I eat breakfast, I go to work, I come back, I see my partner, I don't see my partner, I watch TV, I eat a meal in front of the TV, and I go to sleep and I continue. Then you are disciplined to do the same thing. If you don't like your reality, you gotta change it. If you don't like your reality, change it. Do I have to re-say this a third time? If you don't like your reality, change it. Be disciplined, change it. Give yourself a chance. And then it's gonna take 2 to 3 weeks to build those habits. Build them. Be disciplined. Trust that they're gonna be what you need and that it will bring the objective you want. Trust in it. That's what's gonna help. Believe in it. That's what's gonna help. You gotta trust every single thing you're doing. When you're rebuilding your reality, when you're deciding in a new objective and you want to succeed, be disciplined towards it. Take actions towards it. Trust. Get up and work. Get up and train. Get up and create. Get up and do whatever you need to do to feel better in your own body every single day. Get up and do whatever you need to do to feel better in your own mind. You don't need to be stuck in those groundhog days over and over again. You're being disciplined to do the same thing. You can reprogram your own brain by changing some habits and changing your mindset and listening to podcasts and reading and manifesting, whatever you need, visualize. But when you start something, you gotta see it through the end. And to be able to see it through the end, it's being disciplined. You gotta do it. You gotta trust. You gotta get up and do the work. And when you get up and you do the work, you gotta acknowledge all your feelings, you gotta acknowledge all your emotions, you gotta acknowledge everything. If I don't want to be here today, doing what I'm doing right now, but I need to do it, trust me, I will be sitting in front of you, speaking to you in your ears, and being disciplined and show respect to my own dreams, because I respect myself and I honor who I am and I honor who I want to become. So I will be doing it. I will be disciplined. Discipline is the core of who I am. That's how I'm getting where I'm getting. I can be creative. I can have ideas. I can have visions. But if I don't work towards them every single day, even when I'm not okay, I'm not going to get there. I'm not saying don't take a rest day. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying don't enjoy the present moment. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying find the time to be disciplined. Find the time to pursue your dreams. Be ambitious. Be proud of who you are. Look at yourself in the mirror. Look at yourself in the mirror and look at yourself straight to your eyes. Look at your soul. Look at who you are. Are you proud of the person you are? And if you are, then great, continue. Continue to be it. If you're not, change it. Become who you want to become. Be proud. We should be able to be proud every day to be who we are. And by doing this, we're able to go through life and experience all the ups and downs and the traumas and face the reality we live in, because we are proud of who we are and we don't regret our action, that we are working towards who we want to be. And if you are already who you want to be, then continue to be that person by being disciplined. You have so much to do for yourself. You are doing so much for yourself. And that is the best. That is so grateful. That is the best thing you can be. Is being your best cheerleader, your best supporter, whatever you need. And your best support should be discipline. You being yourself. You achieving who you're supposed to be. You getting up every single morning. Even if you don't want to. Get up and try to be better. And if it's not trying to be better the entire day, try to be better for a second. And then add a little bit more later on. Then try a little bit more tomorrow. And the day afterwards. And at some point your body will crave it. That's the magic of being disciplined, is the fact that at some point you're being so disciplined that it becomes second nature. It becomes second nature for me to read. When I was younger, I used to be a big reader, but at some point I stopped reading, because how am I supposed to read books if some people always talk to me, or televisions is always there? So I learned to create this bubble where now I can read wherever I am. And I love to read, and it suits my mind, but I had to create time for it. I had to create space for it. And I started creating those habits. I was like, okay, well, I know I want to be reading, so I'm reading while I'm doing cardio. I'm reading while I'm in the sauna. I'm reading before going to bed. I'm reading when I'm getting up in the morning. I'm reading on my breaks at work. I'm reading on my way somewhere if I'm in a bus or something. I'm reading. If I'm waiting for someone, I'm reading. That's a habit I chose. And I instaured it by being disciplined. And now my body craves it. If I'm waiting for someone and I forgot my book, trust me, I'll be scrolling on my phone, but I'll be missing my book. That's discipline. I'm eating healthy most of the time, because 80-20. I'm eating healthy. Not every day, but I'm disciplined, because when I'm not eating healthy all the time, often my body craves it. When I'm skipping the gym a little bit too long, when you're skipping one day and then out of nowhere you're skipping a second day and then you're skipping a third and then you're skipping more, my body starts craving it. My body is aching, and I can hear my discipline saying, get your bum in the gym, you gotta work it. When I'm not painting and I see all those paintings in my studio just laying there, just waiting for me to pick up my paintbrush and start working, I can hear it. One of the good tricks is when you're creating like a new habit, or you're trying to help yourself be more disciplined to something. It's hard. Sometimes it can be hard to go to the gym when you're not feeling motivated, or it can be hard to do your homeworks. Leave yourself some clues. Leave yourself some clues. Just, hey, put your book somewhere that you can see it, that you always see it, and it's bugging you because it's not supposed to be there, but now it is, and your mind's gonna get the note that you're supposed to be reading, and then at some point you're gonna be reading. Or if you're trying to go to the gym, then leave your shoes somewhere that is right beside the door, or all your gym bag right beside the door, so you see it every time you leave. At some point, you can also leave it in your car, somewhere where you can see it, so you remember that it's in your car. Anything like that. Any little tricks to be disciplined. One thing I really like to do when to make sure I'm disciplined is put some alarms on my phone. At the moment, I have 3 alarms that help me remind myself to do little things. I'm trying to build extra habits of just making sure I'm logging on my computer at some point in the morning to make sure I look at stats, analytics, and what I'm supposed to be doing. Am I working? Do I have something to do on my computer? I have an alarm for that telling me to log in. I also have an alarm to remind me to create. I also have an alarm to remind me to eat also, because I'm someone that often I forget to eat because I'm so preoccupied with other things. So I have an alarm to tell me that I have to eat. Little things like that. I used to have alarms when I was overthinking a lot. I used to have an alarm to tell me to get out of my head. It helped. Not gonna lie, it did help. Helped a lot. I had like 8 of them to just try to get out of my head when I was at the lowest. I needed help, and I got back up, and I found the roots of how I could help myself, and it was discipline. So I really, really hope that discipline will help you at some point in any other way or any shape or form, that you're gonna give it a chance. Be disciplined. Try 2 weeks. When you're trying to install a new habit, a new mindset, or new something, try 2 weeks. Push yourself to do it 2 weeks straight. Trying to go to the gym, try 2 weeks. And I'm not saying like try 2 weeks at 100%. Try 2 weeks, a little bit by a little bit. The best example is that before, when I was trying to read before going to bed, I was always not able to do it at first. I couldn't do it. My book was right there. I just wasn't able. I was always too tired to read, so I started going to bed a little bit more early. Like, I realized I'm a little bit tired, so I'm like, oh, that's gonna be a perfect time to go up, do my little routine, start reading. And then at first, I was reading only a page. And at some point, I caught myself reading 2. And then afterwards, I was reading 3. And then it continued. And then I was like, okay, but I didn't force myself to read 5 pages every night. I forced myself to open that book. Because at some point, even if I don't want to read at night, I open my book. And 70% of the time, I'll read. The other 30, I'll be proud that I took the time to open my book. That means 100% of the time I was trying. And you gotta take all the chances you can to help yourself. All the chances. You lose the opportunity if you don't take it. And that's discipline. Take the opportunity. Fight for what you want. Find what you need. Be who you want to be. Fight for your dreams. Honor your person, your soul, whoever you are, wherever you are. It's important, because as much as we as humans are living and experiencing and going through ups and downs, we can't forget about ourselves. You can't abandon who you are for someone else, for a situation, for a trauma. You can't. You shouldn't. Because you deserve to be who you want to be. You deserve to dream big and live and experience. You deserve to just get through it. And once you realize that and you decide to take a step every single day towards your goals, that is discipline. Every day you start walking and going through your path. That's the most important. Discipline is important. Being yourself is important. Whew. I hope this episode helped you in any way or can help someone you know, and just being who you want to be. I hope that it inspires you, motivates you to be a little bit more disciplined to your life, to dream big and to achieve your dreams. And thank you for being here supporting mine. That is so much appreciated. You have no idea. Because some days I don't want to be here. But I'm doing it because I know that the future me deserves it. And the past me would want me to be here. And that's being disciplined. Again, I am overly grateful for your presence. If you like this episode, don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe to the YouTube channel, Spotify, TikTok, Instagram. Don't forget, you can also follow me on Instagram and TikTok, because I do other things except this podcast, and I would love to open my world to you and you join my community and my friends, and I'll be so happy if you can. On this note, enjoy the present moments. We'll see each other on another episode of The Mind Behind the Mindset.